Hello everyone, and welcome to another Avengers Fast-Play video. I'm of course your host, CarrotBoy3000, and today we are going to be playing the Red Room Challenge 2 with our good boy Hawkeye. And yeah, today is of course Sunday, September 18th, 2022, which is, as we all know, National First Love Day. I didn't know that was something that we honor, but it is something that we honor most definitely. So, if you want to trip down memory lane, as Google told me, honor National First Love Day, and I hope that was helpful to you. Hope everybody's having a good Sunday. Hope everybody's having a good weekend. It's nice to be able to play Avengers again after not getting to, and you know, return to these events. I really want my characters to be a higher level before Cloning Labs comes out and before the more difficult content is dropped. And so I feel super bummed that I missed the 3 event like thing that they did, which was such a cool, in my opinion, such a great, like, you know, anniversary for Avengers. Yeah, fall right into there. But you know, what am I gonna do? Like, hopefully I can just make sure that I get the stuff that I need now. Trip further into the pond. Get in there. All right, fine. Had to do a special kill on you. We of course have the new skin for Hawkeye. We talked about it briefly last episode. I was hoping that this would be a little bit brighter. Talked about this a little bit yesterday. And, you know, basically all I was trying to say was there are just some bugs on the skin that I'm not a big fan of. I'll show it more now. Looks pretty cool. But, like, look at him. Other than the bugs, he looks fantastic. It's kind of hard to see in the Red Room because everything is so washed out in red. You got these great boots. You got... I mean, it's just such a good look. Like, it's such an incredible look for the character. And I don't know. It's one of the best skins in the game, in my opinion. In aesthetic, in design. But when you do anything with him, suddenly... Oh, you can't really see it here. Or you can, or I don't know. Oh, maybe it was fixed. I can't see it anymore. Oh, no, I see it. Just hard. Again, it's hard to see in the Red Room, I suppose. Was this fixed? Whatever. If you follow me on Twitter, you've seen it. There, basically, again, I said it last video. He's bursting out of his suit, and it's just such a shame because it's such a good-looking suit. And then he also has this, like, this arm issue here, where his arm comes out of the socket. There you go. You see it? And it's just such a bummer. Like, because other than that, it's such a cool skin. It really is. Like, I want more skins that look like this, but I definitely don't want more skins that are bugged. You know what I mean? So it's a huge catch-22. And again, the best I can do is let people know before they spend their money on it. You know, if they see that and they still think it's fine, like, that's totally okay, right? But it's best that they know going in what the skin is like. And again, I hope it's something that they fix. I feel like there are a ton of other, you know, skins in the game that that have similar, like, cloth physics, but don't have this issue. So I gotta assume that, like, there's a way to fix this. All right, you're out of here, homie. But again, even with that reality, focusing on the positive, it's such a good look. And again, it's such a, you know, this is a look that people always talk about, like, in comics or in the world of superheroes in general. I did not know that you could do that. And it's like, oh, you know, Hawkeye could never, like, be in that costume. Oh, no. And it's like, yes, he can. You just got to be creative. You just got to be brave. And people will insist that you can't have costumes like this. And I am in stark contrast to that. You know, just because this is silly doesn't mean that you can't make it look awesome. And I feel like this is such a great example. I mean, I think he looks absolutely incredible. And he's basically wearing the exact same costume from the comics. You know what I mean? I just think people aren't being brave enough to admit that, like, they can make something cool, you know, or to risk designing something cool. I say it all the time, like, Spider-Man is cool now because we made him cool, because over enough time he just became awesome. Batman is the same thing, you know, he used to be a dork, but now he's awesome because we put in the work to make him awesome. Give somebody a classic costume, work hard on translating it to the main screen, and it can still be awesome and cool, looking almost identical to the comics. And so that's what I always mean. Like, people always are like, oh, not everything, like, stop talking about accuracy. I'm not talking about accuracy when I say I want it to be more like the comics. I'm talking about the design philosophy. I'm talking about, you know, when I say I want the costumes in the movies to look like the costumes in the comics, I don't mean accurate one-to-one adaptations. I mean, I want silly, over-the-top costumes, because that's why I read comics. You know, that's half of why I love comic books. Not to see them in gray, you know, dark costumes. You know, if the costume, as I always say, if the costumes weren't important, then that wouldn't be an iconic part of their design. You know what I mean? And so that's why, again, like, this design, you know, we had that first skin, and I really do like it. The full face mask that came to Avengers when Hawkeye first was introduced, when Clint was first introduced, and I think they talked about that being like his classic design, like their version of his classic design, and I love that design. I really do. I think it's cool, but I always wanted to have this as well, you know, something a little bit more you know, on the nose, and a little bit more silly, and you know what, in this case a little bit more accurate, you know what I mean? But again, it's more so that he's wearing like this ridiculous outfit that I think is just awesome, you know? Ugh, getting caught up here. And so I really hope that this is something that they're looking to do more of in the game. You know, they've done a ton of MCU costumes, and so maybe now they're ready to kind of cater to, oh, I did not mean to throw it there, cater to the, you know, people who love the comic book costumes more, you know what I mean? Because I am here for it. You know, and speaking of like the whole, like, you know, it takes time and it takes effort and it takes patience to make like something silly and lame like really cool. You know, I just did this whole Marvel D&D campaign with SynchroChamp and all our friends, and at the start of the campaign, I made a character who had gravity powers, and his moniker was Micro Pressure. And at the time, I was like, you know, it sounds a little bit silly, but, you know, I'm gonna stick with it for now. I think I even say in the first episode that, like, you know, this is kind of a silly name, but I'm open to new ideas if anybody has any. And nobody gave me any new ideas, I don't think. But the thing is, by the time, you know, we got to the last episode, which was 126 days later, I believe, I was like, you know, Micro Pressure actually sounds really cool. There's just something about it that sounds awesome. At first, I thought it was lame, and it still is lame, but it's cool. And again, I just think it's this superhero effect where, you know, put somebody in a, you know, a clown costume, a ridiculous purple and blue costume with a butterfly on his face and the letter H on his forehead, and day one it's going to be a little silly, but you go 120 days out and it's kind of awesome. You know, it's unique, it stands out on its own, it's, you know, distinguishable from pretty much every other costume, and it's Clint's, you know, it's his, and I just think that's really cool. So I love this skin. I really love this skin. Again, it's probably top 4, top 5 in the game for me. It could be even top 3, top 2. I don't know. This skin is awesome. It just sucks that it also has these little bugs. Bugs that you can even see right here around this area. He clips in and out of like a piece. So that stuff is a bummer. You know, there's no getting around it. And I know a lot more people, there you go, you saw it. I think a lot more people would pick the skin up, you know, if it wasn't for those bugs. So I hope that Crystal, you know, obviously they don't intend to do this stuff, right? Like, they're not like, and now we will put bugs in the game. But hopefully, you know, they learn from that, and hopefully this is just a learning lesson, because I know of plenty of people on my timeline who are like, I really wanted to get this skin, but I can't support this, and rightfully so. You know, they shouldn't be buying something that they don't agree with, and it sucks, because otherwise this would have been a slam dunk for them. Anyway, everybody, that's going to do it for today. My throat is much better. I just recorded this after yesterday's episode of Avengers Fast-Play, but I took some medicine to... I took an inhaler to kind of calm my throat down, and it worked a lot. I'm on a new inhaler, so that should be working well. Anyway, I want to thank you so much for watching. If for some reason you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a like and to subscribe to my channel for more. If you thought this was a main channel video, you are mistaken. This is actually my second channel, Raw Carrot Scraps, where I like to post unedited, more relaxed Let's Play style content. If you want to check out my main content, you can go to my main YouTube channel, which is Carrot Scraps, one word, and I post more edited, scripted, and, researched videos, a lot of essays, a lot of reviews, thought ideas, stuff like that. I posted a tier list recently for Hellraiser, that kind of stuff. If you want to watch me play video games live, like Avengers, you can check me out on Twitch at twitch.tv/carrotscraps, and then all my other social media is at carrotscraps as well. Anyway, everybody, I want to thank you again so much for watching, and I'll see you soon.